So let me get this straight. Trump is expanding the New World Order, the Jews have officially predicted when their Messiah will be coming, and science just discovered livable land in Antarctica, proving Admiral Byrd's Operation High Jump to be true. So the Lord has actually given me dreams since last year that Greenland was only the beginning of Trump's New World Order plans. So now not only has Venezuela been targeted and under American management officially, but Cuba is also on the brink of falling apart, and Iran is now the center of Trump's targets. There's a very interesting theory out there right now that Venezuela and Iran are one of the only remaining countries that are not backed by a Rothschild banking system. So for America to be monopolizing on that and kind of doing Israel's deeds for them, it kind of seems a little fishy. Not only this, but for the first time in over 5 decades, the United States Doomsday plane landed in Los Angeles International Airport. So make of that what you will. Now, a Jewish rabbi is predicting that the rise of their Messiah is dependent on the fall of Christianity. With the ongoing conflicts of the Muslims and the Jews and the Christians just happening to be at the center of it all makes complete sense, especially when we connect it to the Bible. We know that in the last days, Christians will be persecuted. And it's also something to note that the Jewish and the Muslim Messiah literally matches up to the Christian Antichrist. So it turns out that Admiral Byrd was right all along, that he wasn't a joke or a crazy person. He actually documented things explicitly and in great detail to what he found during his Operation High Jump mission. Operation High Jump was intended to study the entire continent of Antarctica. What Admiral Byrd found was shocking. Not only did Admiral Byrd document that there was livable land in Antarctica, but he also claimed to have been abducted by a race of giants that warned him about humans using nuclear weapons. So connecting it to science and conspiracy, here's a few notes. Scientists using radar technology were able to detect nearly 2,000 feet under the ice that rivers, mountain ridges, and plant life were found under Antarctica. We also know that science was able to find different masses around Antarctica that looked very similar to pyramids. So why is the government coming out about all this now? Could it be for the New World Order agenda? Let me know your thoughts.
I don't think he was lying. And then the fact that we don't have access or we can't really go over there just kind of lets you know maybe he was telling the truth.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is the gun that Kurt Cobain killed himself with. Seems really fucking easy to point at the bottom of your mouth and pull the fucking trigger. Seems super simple to do. This is fucking horseshit. The fact that Courtney Love is confirmed to be involved in a child sex trafficking ring and that Kurt Cobain was getting ready to divorce her, and then all of a sudden they cleaned him up and got him out of the picture and said, this fucking junkie killed himself. Fucking heinous bullshit. The CIA is up fucking 300 points in the fourth quarter. They have the firing squad on the court killing all the fans. This is fucking horseshit. We should be reviled by this. We should be so disgusted with the lies that we've been fed that we shouldn't be able to sleep at night. I don't know how anyone can.
You guys do not love the truth. The truth is in front of you. I put my fucking reputation on the line for all the kids in the world, and everybody's fucking staying quiet but me.
Ryan Garcia was a hero who tried to expose the truth about what was going on with the children being kidnapped all around the world and taken under these underground tunnels. And nobody wanted to listen to them. They were all just laughing at him and calling him crazy. But now everyone's all of a sudden saying that, oh, he was right all along because of the Epstein files that have just been released. They're like, oh, everyone's all super angry and like figuring out that this was all true the whole time. And Ryan Garcia was right. He's actually a hero and he's been spreading the truth this whole time. He's actually a fan of me. He liked one of my videos because we were both fighting for the truth. I've been talking about this since 2020, this whole Pizzagate thing. I knew that it was true back then because I looked at the evidence and I used logic to think for myself. I didn't have this collective consciousness that everyone else has where they have to follow the herd, follow the hive mind where everyone else is talking about it. No one would have believed Pizzagate unless they saw videos of other people talking about this and getting 1 million likes on it. Otherwise, everyone would have stayed far away because they would have thought people call him a tinfoil hat wearer. But people like Ryan Garcia are brave enough to go out there and spread the truth about what's actually going on in this sick world that we've been living in.
What I'm here to tell people is that when Project Bluebeam is used, again, it's not going to be by the United States. It's not going to be by national, it's going to be by global government. They're the ones who are going to use this stuff. And it's going to be not just a bunch of pretty holograms. They're going to be using it for religious figures. They're going to have Jesus in the sky, but it's not just going to be holograms. There's going to be voice-to-skull technology. It's also going to be used. They're going to be able to have these figures speak to every human being on the planet. Imagine the impact of that they're going to be able to see the figure and also hear the figure talking to them. You know, it's amazing. I think that is the particular reason why Jesus said in the Bible, my sheep hear my voice and they will recognize my voice. And I think that was an anticipation of when this operation goes forward. And it's going to go forward in conjunction also with the great fake alien invasion. It's going to go forward with that. And who knows, it's going to be also a sweetener. It's going to be, instead of, we're going to have, maybe 10 or 20 UAPs that have incredible destructive capacity against our cities. But then with Project Bluebeam, they can make those appear like 2 or 3 or 400 UAPs. See, that's what they can do. And also these holograms, we call them holograms because that's the word that we know. But they're going to probably have the capacity for noise, for sound, for solidity, temporary solidity as well. But then you can say, well, but then that's not a hologram. Well, yeah, it's probably going to be something that is several steps above a hologram as well. So these are the things that we're facing. And these things are going to be faced all at once.
Although, are we really together? Are we all together in this room?
Are we? I feel like we're connected in some way, but maybe.
For anyone watching, can you guess which one of us isn't really here? Welcome back! I'm the one in Los Angeles.
So clearly they already have the technology to make holograms, and pretty good ones at that. And this was on live TV, by the way.
When we were doing The Conjuring, it was very, very interesting because James Wan, the director, said, well, maybe we should go shoot in the real house. And we're like, no way. We recently completed work on a film that hasn't been shot yet called The LaLaurie House. And it's a real place in New Orleans, in the Quarter. And it is based on a true story of a woman who was a socialite that did weird experimentation in her attic on slaves. And that's where the darkness started. I will tell you, when my brother and I were introduced to the project, I was very aware of the house. I'd been on the tour and I said, I want to go and I want to go into that house. And so my brother and I flew down the next day. Oh, I have chills right now because the vibe and parts of that house, the woman who manages the property when people come and stay there has experienced so much stuff. And the first thing my brother and I encountered, my brother and I kept hearing a baby cry. But I would look at you and go, did you hear that? And they go, no. My Carrie was like, yeah, where's that kid? And we would get up and walk around the house and it just kept changing locations. We ended up going back to the home 3 times and some really gnarly stuff happened to some of the people there.
Jesus, can you guys imagine the history that we weren't taught about? Like the things that were going on behind the scenes?
A movie that I thought did witchcraft really well. Weapons fucking killed that shit.
What makes it done right?
The way that Aunt Gladys works witchcraft is 100% the way magic can be worked. And the thing that really made me do a double take is she uses that specific tree, right? And I'm like, man, that really looks like a blackthorn tree. Very, very intimately linked with the practice of witchcraft. And I'm watching the way she's piercing her hands with it, getting her blood on it, wrapping it with string. And I'm like, whoever has written this movie did their fucking research, because this is it. And I found an interview with the director and he was like, oh no, I just made it up.
Lying ass.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? Own up. Who's the witch on your staff, man?
I mean, Hollywood itself is pretty demonic and witchcrafty like.
With conspiracy theories, my favourite one of them all is the pig. Between 7,000 and 9,000 years ago, the domesticated pig suddenly appears. Apparently it was sort of developed from the boar, but it's too human. Also, pigs get sunburn. Their eyes are considered to be human-like. They're noted for being incredibly intelligent. And there are indigenous tribes out there that are cannibals that actually refer to Caucasian people as the long pig because we taste the same. Now, in the Bible, there are stories about souls that have been cast away actually being turned into pigs or coming back. There are religions and cultures out there that refuse to eat them. That is because they're considered to be a dirty animal. I believe that the reason that they won't eat pigs is because they believe that to be a form of cannibalism. So my kind of theory in a nutshell is, what are we eating there? Are we eating something that is a hybrid between us? Are we eating something that is a lost soul? But all I know is there are millions of people out there that won't eat it. And I don't think we're being told the truth about why that really is. So that's in a nutshell, that particular chapter.
I believe I had read somewhere also that pigs can't look up to the sky, basically to the heavens.
Do you think UFOs can be staged?
We've tried it. CIA even had this idea in their head. They were going to have Jesus appear as a vision over Havana to convince the Cubans to overthrow Castro. That was on the books. They were going to use holograms or something. That was back in the 70s. So we know how to do this kind of stuff. We could make things appear and disappear with stagecraft. What's the difference between that and a UFO sighting? Vietnamese believed in vampires, they believed in ghosts, and they exploited that. They made them appear. Maybe they've gotten that far to realize that they can create the scientific apparatus to induce a spiritual breakdown.
Am I the only one who finds it really funny that the symbol for the devil in a lot of cultures is a goat? Like someone looked at a goat and was like, "You sketchy bastard. There's evil afoot."
I feel like goats are so mischievous too. Like they're always up to no good.
That kid that went missing in Romania.
Vampires.
Romania. Yes.
Oh, no.
November 23rd, this 18-year-old kid wants to go out hiking, and it's literally winter time, so it's just snowy, crazy up there. Starts hiking all by himself, and he starts walking in the mountains and everything, and he finally gets signal, and he calls a hotline, and he's like saying, "Listen, I'm stranded. I need help. I'm freezing. There's this castle. I have no option."
This is a prank.
No,
come by the fire. It's warm.
So he's like, "I have to seek shelter. I'm literally freezing. Please come help me." The people are alerted, and he goes in to Dracula's castle in Romania. Terrifying. And he has been lost ever since November 23rd. The police get it there. Helicopters, drones with thermal imaging. Can't find him. They find his backpack on the entrance of the castle with a sleeping bag, with food, no footsteps, no sign that he is anywhere. Nothing's disturbed
Who lives
whatsoever.
in the castle?
Nobody.
It's just empty.
It's an abandoned Dracula castle.
If they're doing thermo,
Gosh, I got goosebumps.
if they're looking for thermo, they wouldn't even find him because he's a vampire. He would not have signs of life.
Why is your skin cold to the touch?
Fun fact, in casinos, there are no corners, no 90-degree turns, because they never want you to leave. Second thing they do is they never finish playing a song. Wait, what? If you're in a casino, you'll never hear a song finish because people think in their head, "Oh, I'm going to stop and leave at the end of this song." What the? Because they don't want you to think about ending. Third thing, they pump oxygen into the casino, so you stay alive, you stay energetic, and then when you come into the stores, if you look up, it's blue skies, so make you feel like it's during the day. So you stay up all night gambling with your money. I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Women online are buying these fake dolls that literally come in like an embryo sack.
And it look like real babies.
It literally looks like it, bro. Mike, I will show you. I'll put them on the screen. These babies look exactly like real babies, and they literally are in a clear sack, like in a woman's stomach, and you rip it open, and real liquid comes out of it.
Ugh.
Mind you, this thing I heard ranges from, they said about $45, I guess it's like a really small one, to $8,000.
Like a real human size one.
Dude, this thing looks real.
These are fake?
You know where I'm going with this.
I know what you're gonna say.
And you're thinking that this company would be for women that maybe lost their babies.
That's what I was about to say right now. That's what I heard some of these dolls are for.
Bro, people are saying they're not.
But not everyone that's buying these, I'm assuming, are...
Yes, using them for the right reasons. Mike, because let's be honest, bro.
What the
Bro,
dude?
See what I'm saying, bro? Yes, Mike.
Yo!
Yes, Mike.
This is fucking strange.
Bro, and Mike, and then watch this. You'll see one of these girls, any of their videos, the day in the life, they'll go to the baby, Mike, at the edge of like a crib, and like it just woke up in the morning. The girl goes, "Oh, look at my big baby. Good morning." She has like all of this stuff. She buys clothes for it.
right?
Let's say that woman you're talking about lost her baby, and she bought this fake baby. The fucking doll has its own room. That can't be healthy for her.
No, that's psychosis. So what does this tell you, bro? It's very weird.
But I get what you're gonna say. Who else is buying this?
What makes us all think that any of these people would really just be looking out for these women? It ties all together. Did you not just say those dolls look realistic? This nigga couldn't even tell someone.
Yeah.
Why would they not be able to make a realistic doll of Jeffrey Epstein?
There we go. If these fucking random ass companies,
come on, Mike.
Those babies look real as fuck.
Come on, Mike.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's some like Jewish owned company.
Babies are just kind of like almost have souls, but not yet. So if a baby dies, it's like, nah.
What?
Yeah. Or if you have too many kids, you can just kill them because they're just like animals.
What the fuck are you talking?
Most compassionate Talmud verse. More like J-Sauce. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this video, and amongst other reasons and things, not this video specifically, but things like this is why you can't translate Hebrew anymore. You can translate damn near anything else, but Hebrew, you can't translate it no more. That just goes to show how much we're catering to these people. You know, we're trying to hide their, see whatever the fuck they're saying in their language. They were trying to hide it. They don't want us to see what they're saying. I feel like every Jew thinks this, though. Not when it comes to their own, but when it comes to the Goyim's children, I feel like they definitely all think this.
Women's placenta in the black market, it's priced.
Bro, what the hell's going on in the world? This is like the third video I've seen. Do you guys remember the Asian chick I had posted in a couple of videos ago? She was all eating a woman's placenta. And I was like, this can't be real. That has to be candy or something. Like, what the hell is, like, what is this trend?
Nobody noticed, but somebody should have. Jim Carrey's eyes have always been brown. Deep, signature brown. Every film, every interview, every red carpet. But the man who accepted the award at the 51st César Awards had blue eyes, pale, almost transparent under the stage lights, like they didn't belong there. Jim Carrey publicly walked away from Hollywood, said fame meant nothing, stopped showing up. But this man, he was working the crowd, shaking hands, laughing with media, performing. That's not Jim Carrey. That's someone playing Jim Carrey. And the movements, too calculated. The expressions, too rehearsed. Like someone studied his old clips and memorized the gestures, but forgot what made them real. Real humor doesn't look practiced. This did. So here's the question nobody's asking. Is Hollywood powerful enough to send a body double onto a live stage in front of the entire world and get away with it? Because if that wasn't Jim Carrey, where was he? Drop your theory below. Let's figure this out.
I seen a clip on Instagram of a dude taking off a realistic mask that looked just like Jim Carrey, and there wasn't any cuts or edits or anything. It was just like him just taking it off, and they were recording his face. And I don't know if it was AI or what nowadays, but that it looked really real.
It's so nuts. Dude, it's crazy. Some of them have eggs inside them. Some of them have fetuses. When you actually look at the CT scans and the x-rays, you start to realize that this can't be faked. You can't fake bone cartilage. You can't fake capillaries and heart valves. If these are all real, it does feel like there was some sort of genetic experimentation going on where they're just churning out prototypes of some form.
Do you think that's it, or do you think that there used to be another type of primate?
Some of them, they're leaning more towards like reptilian. So like the bigger ones seem to be more mammalian, whereas the smaller ones with the eggs are sharing reptilian traits. So it's like there are all these different variations with these different bodies. Well, is this one lineage, or is this just someone kind of like tweaking? All right, well, that one failed. That one's not working. This one grew wings. It's just weird.
So your thought is that these are the products of experiments.
So he was saying that the original translation of the area of Nazca from the original language was like the area of experiment and genetic cloning.
They do this to all the regular people who make it big. Anyone with a platform this big is either seed of the serpent or replaced by one. We are living in the end times. That's why it's so sloppy now and the veil is lifting. They aren't even trying to hide it anymore. So you can see here, these are two photos of Kai. This is a totally different person.
Is all this food in the White House kosher?
Every single thing, an item here, is up to the highest standard of kashrut. Now, They changed over the whole White House kitchen. Look at that. This is fantastic. You can even make kosher desserts. I know.
So good.
I'm a
This moves. Oh my god. You try a donut?
Absolutely fun.
This looks so good.
Happy Hanukkah. I want to give
That
a
looks
gift
amazing.
to you.
This video damn near makes me sick. He's basically rubbing it in our faces. Like, oh, everything is kosher. Not one thing in here is goy slop. Didn't they have an event or something like this for the Olympians and it gave them, I think they had like McDonald's or some shit. Only the best of the best for our Jewish friends.
The Epstein Files in Disney movies. In Peter Pan, he takes the kids to an island where he's obsessed with youth and never growing up. In Pinocchio, the man says he's collecting little boys to bring to Pleasure Island. Where they do adult things, they turn into donkeys and he sells them into slavery. In Monsters Inc., they scare the children to get their energy for their own energy. What does that look like in that yellow tube? In Tangled, the old lady steals a baby so she can stay young. In Hocus Pocus, the old witches steal a child's life to stay young. And it says this at the end of the movie Enchanted.
This just means that they've been doing it for years. Probably way before most of our times. Looking back at Monsters Inc. is pretty crazy now because the whole movie is based on adrenochrome.
Poison? You could buy poisons?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this stuff. You ever heard of scope?
Oh, what does scope mean?
Dude, if you blow that in somebody's face, it makes them forget what happened the entire night, and you can tell them to do whatever you want them to do. So some criminals in other countries, there's a whole thing on it, like a documentary on it. They call it dragon's breath, as you see here. Well, they put devil's breath, but if you Google it, you'll see. They get people to go to ATMs and empty out their, as much as they can get out of the ATM, rob them all their jewelry, everything, and they wake up and they don't remember anything about what they did that night.
What the fuck?
Wild stuff.
Wait, I want to look up my name on the dark web.
I feel like 90% of the vendors on there are probably feds too.
Babies. Ooh, I love babies. They love sucking on these. It's crazy. I mean, I do too, though, because I have an iron deficiency, so it just shit tastes good. Like, do you guys like the taste of blood? Do you? Does anyone here like the taste of blood? Because I like it.
Isn't Billie Eilish like best friends with Ellen? So, you can kind of see why she enjoys blood and babies.
Why the fuck is there a detail about a UCLA professor telling Jeffrey Epstein, hey, newborns suck faster if they hear an audio recording of their mother's voice? And why would anyone ever need to hear that detail about babies sucking on pacifiers?
I don't even know what to say anymore, dude. Like, everything that we're hearing and everything that's just coming out, it just doesn't sound real. It doesn't, like, I'm hearing it, but I can't, like, actually process it. And I'm like, there's no way.
Why don't you like Jews? They're just like you. They have 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Excuse me, I'm a Jew, and I just like to say that, in our Bible it says that you're like animals.
You're like animals. You're like animals.
They've really been putting it in front of our face this whole time.
I got called a racist and anti-Semitic because I called 90% of the food sold in grocery stores goy slop. It's really confusing to me considering that the word goy was created by a certain group of people to describe people who are not part of their group. Interestingly enough, people who created the word goy also avoid about 90% of the food sold in grocery stores because it's not made by people who are part of their group and the ingredients are absolutely toxic. When I call food goy slop, I'm literally agreeing with them. I don't think anyone should be eating this garbage. As someone who judges people by their morals rather than their race or religion, I think it's odd that so many people are upset at me for using this term that they also use to describe people who aren't part of their group because I'm not spreading hate. I'm just pointing out the obvious that 90% of this is literal goy slop.
Epstein is talking about he wants everyone in the world to have his DNA. He didn't say I want every woman in the world to have my baby. He said I want everyone in the world to have my DNA. And he's working with and communicating with the people that are making the RNA, and he's talking about utilizing that as a delivery system. with some of his own DNA. It's quite possible, after me reading that everyone that has gotten that Jabberwowski is walking around with Epstein's DNA in their body. If he was successful, there are millions of people walking around with some of his genetic code inside of them so that he can live on forever through everyone else. This is narcissism 10x.
Kind of like the mark of the beast. Can we ever just get some good news lately? Like, is there anything good going on in the world or anywhere?
Why did I have to do the fire? Why can't a non-Jew do the fire?
So in Jewish law, someone who isn't Jewish is able to make food for you. The Jew has to do the cooking process, which is basically turning the flame on. If the Jew doesn't turn the flame on, you actually can't eat the food. The reason this law was made was because to prevent intermarriage, right? People cook and dine together and cook for each other. There's a certain closeness.
So all they do is push this interracial marriage, this melting pot nonsense, but they won't even eat at the same table with you. They won't even let you make their food because they don't want any type of familiar connection with you. You're a dog, you're cattle, you're a goyim. The way they view it is, the world is a Christian world and they fucking hate it. They want the New World Order, the juice box world order. They want to paint it in their image, and they want us out of the fucking way. They walk by a church, they walk by a priest, a pastor, they spit on the fucking floor to show how much they just disrespect everything about us. This fucking gimmick of us being cousins or brothers or happy and singing and colored, it's nonsense. They fucking hate you and they hate me.
Hey, anybody order pizza?
Give me my baby.
Breaking news, the FBI has just dropped 3.5 million documents in the Epstein files mentioning goyim, pizza, and grape soda.
Oh, wow. Probably has nothing to do with Israel.
Our greatest ally? Of course not. Who doesn't like pizza?
Exactly. John, break it down for us.
Chloe and Michael, good morning. Let's just ask the FBI, how do you like your pizza and grape soda?
Christian white ones only. As young as it gets.
What the f***? Did he just say as young as it gets?
Yep. Remember what Israel posted on Twitter?
Right.
Age is just a number.
Exactly. So Talmudic. Let's see what's going on in Pettawood.
You're different than the other guys.
Can I be honest with you? I'm actually a black woman.
Cut! That was so fake and gay. Now, Schneiderstein wants to see your feet in his trailer.
So we wanted this film to be so fake and gay, it's retarded.
Why was Mr. Space E. Clooney and Jay-Z in the files, Director Berg?
They just like pizza and grape soda.
There you have it, folks. Noticing is antiseptic.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Ching Chong. Wasn't what Elon in there over 7,000 times?
He made a woman get an abortion with a wooden hanger.
Sick f***. Let's hear what the normies are saying.
What do you think about Trumpstein being in the files thousands of times?
It's 100% a Democrat hoax. That's retarded.
So, bro, did you know Epstein calls us goyim?
Look, I'm not interested in your Jewish hatred, stupid Nazi, and get your cisgender privilege out of my face. I'm a black woman.
My bad, bro. Did you see their trafficking through Wayfair in the files?
Yeah, it's the satanic Jews. My son got arrested for a joint, and they can't even arrest the island kid f***ers. I'm sick of this shit.
Facts.
That's absolutely bait.
It's about time that humanity understands pure demonic evil truly exists.
Left, right, conservative Democrats, all of them. Facts. Did you know Pope John Paul II was Epstein's roommate in the Vatican? Let me say that again. He was their roommate.
That's right. And remember Pizzagate? Turns out the guy who shot their servers, making them lose their evidence, was just killed by police in North Carolina. Just a crazy coincidence. Right, Shapiro-Stein?
Just because this was a gathering place for my friend Alephantis and John Podesta's emails talked about pizza and sacrificing chickens to Moloch doesn't mean they're guilty. Stupid goyim.
Thanks, Shapiro-Stein. And here's the police sketch connected to a missing persons case, specifically Madeleine McCann. Even the normies can tell that's the Podestas. But in case you still think their pizza emails with Hillary isn't suspicious, here's some of the art they collect. Safe to say, total freaks. That's right. There's even videos that came out during WikiLeaks of them extracting adrenochrome like frickin' blood-sucking vampires. But they're Jewish, so noticing is antiseptic. Speaking of vampires, let's go to Ching Chong, who joins us live in Transylvania after this quick commercial break.
Hey, nerd, why don't you go read your nerd books? What a nerd.
Hey, man. I stand in solidarity with you guys. I know what it feels like to be treated differently. Thanks, man. End hatred. Jewish lives matter too.
We're
We're here in Transylvania, located in the heart of Romania, the same country that Erica Kirk had her orphan ring. And most people don't know this, but King Charles is a blood descendant of Vlad the Impaler, the real-life Dracula. Makes you wonder if we've been conditioned to think these bloodsuckers were just a myth. Even Dracula wore the Star of David. Not even kidding.
Wow, thanks, Ching Chong. Do you think these people are like reptilians or something?
Pretty sure they're descendants of fallen angels. Gosh.
Maybe the Bible was accurate.
It was.
Yeah.
Shut it down! What are you, some sort of Christ sympathizers? We put him on the cross for a reason, just like Epstein did to those innocent minors.
Yes, exactly, Producer Berg.
Doesn't the Talmud say he's burning in feces?
Yeah, but he was Jewish, just like us.
Yeah.
Now, back to the goy slap.
Whatever you say, Daisy.
Thanks, Daisy. Just because Trumpstein would host packing girls at Mar-a-Lago and measure them for their tightness doesn't mean he's a bad guy. This is all a Russian hoax. Right, Trumpstein?
Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I have a lot of things I'm doing, a lot of things I'm doing. I don't know. You mentioned 2 names. I'm sure they're fine.
Good call, Trumpstein.
How about that one where a victim alleged that a sheik gave Trumpstein his virgin daughter and Epstein replies, "I love when that happens"? Totally normal and allegedly nothing new.
I think the weirdest parts were about how they would eat babies and extract adrenochrome while torturing them, but that's just me.
I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Really. Now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about.
Yeah, let's just move on to healthcare.
Yeah, because that's definitely more important than politicians raping minors.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Stu Peters, explain how cooked we are.
These people are sick.
How
On
long
both
is this?
sides. Right before pedophile Trump was president, we had pedophile Joe Biden, the guy who was accused of child molestation by his daughter. Remember that?
Fake news. Just because 1 or 2 presidents were into creepy stuff doesn't mean they all were. Just look at the beloved black one. Stupid Stu.
And before we had Trump or Biden as president, we had Barack Obama, who was ordering up thousands of pizza and hot dogs. All of these people are sick.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. I personally feel like this video didn't have that much of like a good selection of clips, but I still wanted to put something out for you guys today. So I apologize in advance for that. After this video, I'm going to go searching for some more videos for the rest of the day and see if I can get one put out for this next week. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.